Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and healthy. I welcome you all to RKP online classes. Today in this video, I am going to discuss other topics of chapter number 4, that is temperature zones of the world. In the previous topic, part 1 and part 2, what we have discussed about weather and climate. That weather is a day-to-day change in the atmosphere around us. Or if we talk about the climate is the weather condition of a place that prevails for a longer period of time. That is climate. Weather can change any time, even day after day, minute to minute, or hour to hour. But climate remains same year after year, right? This all we have discussed in the previous videos. So now we'll discuss about the next topic, that is factor affecting the climate of a place. That what are the factors that affect the climate of a place? As you know, the climate is the sum total of weather conditions that prevails at a particular place for a longer period of time, because it remains same year after year. It does not change as the weather changes, right? So what are the different factors that affect the climate of a particular place? So first is distance of a place from the equator. So here you can look at this diagram. So here I have drawn the image, the picture of the sun, and this is the picture of the earth. Okay, so here you can see this is equator. Okay, equator is any imaginary line that divides the earth into two equal halves. Okay, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, right? So here you can see this area, the places which are located on the equator, means on this particular line, okay, middle of the earth, right? So the places which are located near the equator, on the equator and near the equator, means which places I am talking about? Between equator and Tropic of Cancer, between equator and Tropic of Capricorn. I am talking about this particular region. So here you can see these areas, the areas which are located on the equator and near the equator, they are getting direct rays of the sun. That's why these areas are hotter. Why? Because they are getting direct rays of the sun, means here the sun rays are stronger, right? That's why the places on the equator and near the equator are hotter. But if we'll talk about the places which are away from the equator, or the places which are on the poles, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. So they are getting the sun rays, but they are getting slanting rays of the sun rays, slanting, tedhi, right, tilted. So they are getting slanting rays of the sunlight. That's why, this is the reason that these places are colder. They are not hotter as the places on the equator or near the equator. So distance of a place from the equator also affect the climate. Next factor affecting the climate of a place is altitude of a place. Here the word altitude means height. So as you know that if you go height from the sea level, you will feel much cool. Okay, that means as you all know, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. That means the places which are located at heights, height means in high elevation, like mountains, okay, hill stations, okay, the places which are located at height. How we compare it? From the sea level. The places which are located at height from the sea level will be much colder, okay, much cooler as compared to the places which are located at plains, means lower altitude. Again I am telling you, the places which are located in high elevation, elevation means high, so the places which are located at height will be much cooler as compared to the places which are located at plains. They will be less cooler, okay. So altitude of a place also affect the climate of a place. Like take the example of hill station, Jammu Kashmir. You must have heard about Jammu Kashmir, Mansoori, Darjeeling, Kulu Manali. So these all places are located at height, right? These all places are located at height above the sea level. As compared to the sea level, they are located at height. That's why they are the cooler places. That's why in summer most of the people prefer to go to hill station, because they are situated at height and they are much cooler as compared to the places which are located at lower altitude. In lower altitude or in low elevation, as compared to the sea level. Okay, that's why altitude of a place also affect the, means where the place is located, at height or not. Okay, so that also affect the climate of a place. So next is direction of the winds. Here wind means breeze. What is wind exactly? The air that is moving across the surface of the earth, that is wind. We also call it as breeze, right? So direction of winds also determine the climate of a place. How? If the winds are blowing from cold region, then it will make the place cool. First we have discussed that if the wind is blowing from cold region, then it will make the place cool, right? Second is, if the wind is blowing from hot regions such as desert area, right? So desert is hot region. So if the wind is blowing from desert region, then it will make the place hot. It will bring hot air. Okay. Next is, if the wind is blowing from humid region. I'll tell you what is humid exactly. Like if we talk about the sea, from sea level. Okay, if the wind is blowing from sea, then it will make the place cool. How? Because if the wind blows from sea, then that wind, that air will have moisture in it. And because of the presence of moisture in that air, it will also bring the rainfall. So humidity is the reason that if the wind blows from humid regions such as sea, then it will bring cool air. Again, how direction of the winds, how direction of the breeze affect the climate of a place? How? See, if the wind is blowing from cold region, then it will bring cool air. If the wind is blowing from hot region, then it will bring hot air. And if the wind is blowing from humid region such as from sea water, then it will make the place cool and it will bring cool air. Like in this, you can also take the example of coastal areas. You know, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, these are some states which are located at the coastal areas, means near the sea. Okay, so that's why the areas there, the states there are humid states. Why so? Because you will see the amount of water vapor present in the air. As I told you, if the wind blows from sea, then it will have the moisture in it, and that will make the place near the sea or near it humid places. Okay, so these are some factors affecting the direction of winds, affecting the climate of a place. So next factor affecting is temperature, humidity and rainfall. See how temperature, humidity and rainfall also affect the climate of a place. Like temperature, here temperature indicating if the place whose temperature is very high, like if we talk about desert area like Rajasthan, so their temperature is very high. You all know that desert area is very hotter places. Okay, so if the temperature is very high, then the air on above that area will have no moisture in it. So that's why if there is no moisture present in the air, then what will happen? There are very less chances of the rainfall. That's why desert areas they receive very less amount of rainfall because of the high temperature. Because high temperature leads to no moisture in the air. If there is no moisture in the air, then there will be very less chances of the rainfall. Okay. So next is humidity. As I told you, humidity means the amount of water vapor present in the air, moisture present in the air. You must have learned about the water cycle in science, that when the water evaporate from the sea level, then what happen? It forms the cloud. And when cloud precipitate, means cloud precipitate in the form of rainfall or snow, then it will make that particular place cool. Okay, so temperature, humidity and rainfall. If there is humidity in the water, means in the air, means water vapor present in the air, then it will lead to the rainfall or the snowfall. Okay, so that means the temperature, humidity and rainfall also affect the climate of a place. So students, next is distance of a place from the sea also affect the climate of a place. So here I have drawn two pictures. One is, this is the sea, this is the land, right? So what happened? This is the property of the land, that it heats up and cools down very quickly. During the daytime, Okay, when sun rays falls on the land, this is the property of the land that it heats up very quickly. But after heating up, it cools down also very quickly. When sun sets, what happens? The land cools down very quickly. This is the property of the land. But if we talk about the sea, sea is filled with water. This is the property of the water that once it heats up, then it takes a long time to cool down. That means this is the property of the sea, the water, that it heats up and cools down very slowly. Again, land heats up or cools down quickly. On the other hand, the sea, which is filled with water, it heats up or cools down very slowly. So as you can see in this diagram, that the land area is adjacent to the sea area. Okay, and because of this, and because of the distinct property of the land and sea, the breeze happen. How? During daytime, what happen? As I told you, this is the property of the land that it heats up and cools down very quickly. So during daytime, when sun rises, what happen? The land heats up very quickly. So the air which is in contact with land, that will also heat up. Okay, again during daytime when sun rises, the land heats up very quickly. That means the air which is in contact with the land, like I'm drawing it here, the air which is in contact with land, that will also heat up very quickly. Okay, so the warm air which is above the land, see, this is warm air above the land. Now come to the sea level. What happened? As I told you, sea is filled with water. So during the sunrise, it is the property of the sea, it is the property of the water that it heats up very slowly. Okay, so the air which is in contact with the sea will be cooler as compared to the air which is above the land. So what happened exactly? The hot air which is above the land will rise up and move to the sea level. Then it will descend in the sea water. But the air which is above the sea level will rise up, that is cooler air. Then it will move to the land area, means breeze will move to the land area and then it will descend in land. Okay, so as I told you, land heats up quickly, but it heats up and cools down very slowly. So as I told you earlier, because both are adjacent to each other and they both have distinct property, because of distinct property this breeze happens. Okay, so daytime the air which is above the land will also be hot because it is in contact with the land. So that's why the hot air will warm up, rise up, and then it will descend in the sea level. And then daytime in the sea level, the sea water is cooler as compared to the land. That's why the cool air will rise up and descend in the land. In the daytime, what was happening, that the air which was rising from the sea has taken the place in the land, descends in the land. So that is sea breeze. In the daytime, the sea breeze happen because the cool air from the sea comes to the land, it takes the place of the hot air and hot air moves from land to sea. Okay, so this is sea breeze. Sea breeze means the cool air from the sea is coming to the land, which makes the place cool. So now comes to the night time. In night time, what happens? As you know, the sun, night time. When the sun sets, I am talking about when the sun sets at the night time. This is the property of the land, it cools down quickly. But this is the property of the sea. Once it's heated up, during the daytime, then it will take a long period to cool down again. So during night time, what happens? The land will cools down very quickly. Then the air which is in contact with the land will also be cooler, will also cools down. But the air which is in contact with the sea, because now the sea water is warm, okay, it will take a lot of time to cool down again. So the air which is in contact with the sea will be hotter. So what happens? The air rises up, cool air rises up, and it will move from the land to the sea. It will move in this place. And the hot air which is rising from the sea will come to this place. This continuously happens, that the cool air is going there and descending in the sea, and the hot air is coming and descending in the land. So in night time what happen? The land breeze happen. Daytime sea breeze means cool air from the sea to land moving, but in the night time the cool air from land to sea moves. So this is land breeze. As I told you that in sea breeze the breeze blows from sea to land, and night time the land breeze happen, means the breeze blows from land to sea, right? So because of this sea breeze and land breeze, the coastal places have moderate type of climate. The coastal places means places near the sea, but the places which are away from the sea will have extreme type of climate, right? So the distance of a place from the sea also affect the climate of a place.